All right. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Okay. Sorry about that. All right. I'm back. I'm back. Don't mind me. I know y'all might see me going live often between yesterday and today. Don't mind me. I'm just installing my work as usual, to be honest, because usually many of these videos would be in the members only area. So if you will bear with me until I get my members only area reinvented and established. I will be including several videos on this channel. Okay, so as soon as I get everything sorted out with the members, the other option for members, until I do that, I will upload multiple videos. Okay, so the videos that are in the members area right now, I'm not going to make all of them public. It's too many. It's like almost 200 of them. I'm going to just transfer those videos to the other members only area or department. But these are some of the types of videos that I would have stashed some of these in the members only area by now. But I want to deal with this briefly. I don't want to take up too much time. Again, big shout out to everybody. I have fun with these live streams, as you all can tell. I enjoy it. And this, popped into my head, and I wanted to briefly talk about it. We've heard people talk about this. We hear people talk about this all the time. We hear people ponder. And they ask the question, do pit bull lovers have a lower IQ on average than other citizens in this country? Now, I don't like asking questions like this. But this is where the hard work has to be done. I don't like asking questions. I don't like projecting the idea that I'm the cream of the crop. I'm not. There are so many people who are just brighter individuals than me. A great deal of them. I don't have a problem with anybody's incompetence or stupidity, as long as it doesn't impact my life, long as it doesn't impact my existence. This culture does. So let's get into it. Now, like I said, the closer you get to sanity, the more I can relate to you. So if a bona fide dog nutter one day became anti-bully breed, I will then have more in common with that dog lover than I had with them before they became an anti-pit bull advocate. None of my accusations of dog lovers is personal. None of it is personal. Because I'm aware that anyone can change. Anyone can smarten up. One of the most admirable content creators I've seen here online is a former pit bull lover, Dump Dogs. He produces excellent content. And he is anti-dog, but he used to be a pit bull owner. So I might get carried away. Look, I deal with a lot of emotional subjects. These are very troubling subjects that I deal with on a day-to-day basis. So sometimes I try to, be lighthearted about it and whatnot. But sometimes I will call pit nutters, dog nutters. I will call them nutters and other names. Just understand, it's not personal. And I would much rather refer to you as an intelligent person who does not own dogs. Trust me on that. I would like nothing more than for you nutters to get rid of all of these dogs. I will gladly shut my channel down. I won't even shut it down. I'll just change the subject and just talk about something else. Delete all these videos. If you were to change, nutters. But that's not going to happen anytime soon. However, we are within our rights to demand better behavior, to demand safer behavior from our police department. We are within our rights to demand that our police departments protect and serve. Protect and serve. I'm a tax-paying citizen. I've been paying taxes now for over 25 years in this country. And that's the minimum that I expect. Now, this person right here who sent this tweet, this is a dog lover. Many of you follow Pets Killed by Pits on Twitter. It's a dog lover. But because this man is totally anti-pit bull, I follow him and I share many of his tweets. You know, we're sitting over here waiting with open arms to welcome any nutter who turns against their foolish, reckless, evil, disgusting, despicable lifestyle. If you turn against that lifestyle and get rid of that mutt, you have a whole world full of intelligent, truly proven intelligent, bright individuals waiting to welcome you. So, Pets Killed by Pits sent this tweet. I don't know when. Well, yeah, it's dated the 18th, so a couple days ago. Excellent observation here. Says, why are police departments pushing pits? Good question. Knowing that the police officers are much more familiar with dog attacks and the breed of dogs that are usually involved in these dog attacks. You would think the last group of people to push pit bulls would be a police department. But that's exactly what happened earlier this month. The Syracuse Police Department made this post. They said, our recruits at the Syracuse Police Regional Academy got some puppy loving in today as they learned about our animal cruelty division with the help of a 10-month-old puppy. And this puppy is up for adoption. Looks like this police department is working with some shelter somewhere. Okay. Now, this person, Pets Killed by Pits, stays on their necks. He makes tweets every day. I mean, this is a dedicated, this person is extremely dedicated. But when you scroll down, you will see that Pets Killed by Pits also posted this. Same location, as you can see, Syracuse Police Department, and up here, Syracuse Police Department. They posted this on May 5th, And then just one day ago, they posted this. Or a day before, this was on the 17th, I think it was, when they posted this. Woman charged with reckless endangerment after letting vicious dogs loose in the Strathmore neighborhood. So they just let the dogs loose, allowed the dogs to navigate through the community just like all the other animals, freely, unleashed, navigating, walking through the neighborhood. The difference is when dogs are walking through the community, they are a problem, a lethal problem, a major, major problem, which tells you these are not natural animals. Natural animals are not a burden to us like that. April 8th of this year, Syracuse Police Department began receiving numerous complaints regarding vicious dogs that were roaming loose in the neighborhood. Dog control team responded, setting out traps to capture the dogs. All of the dogs were captured within 5 days. So these things are so dangerous. Y'all had to launch a campaign to catch them that lasted over several days, 5 days, because they're that dangerous. So what on earth are you promoting them for? Why are you promoting the same creatures that you are put on protocol to neutralize, to subdue? You showing up to crime scenes where babies are dead, torn apart, bloody, and you want to promote those same creatures that have now racked up a very gruesome reputation. That is straight out of the Twilight Zone, people. Straight out of the Twilight Zone. Now, some of y'all see that Toledo, Ohio is trending. Don't worry, I am fine. I am doing just fine. I live near Toledo. And earlier, there was an earthquake. An earthquake. Very small, very minor. Nobody's hurt, nothing's damaged. But that is why Toledo is trending on Twitter. Right? IHD is good. I'm just fine. Hope you all doing well as well. So, this infuriated me. I thought to myself, I'm like, how could an entire police department be involved in the promotion of these? I would have walked out. I would not have been in that photo. Like, no, this is not right. You know how many families have been devastated because of these mutants? These dogs and these dogs only are responsible for the majority of mutilations. How dare you promote these beasts? Most people who have been mutilated, badly injured, mauled, maimed, most of them were attacked by a bully breed. How dare you get up here and promote them? That's not protecting and serving. That's making the community more dangerous. And that's an irrefutable fact. Pushing these things makes communities more dangerous. And I welcome any police officer who may follow the channel to refute me on that. Unbelievable. Now, as some of you know, some police departments actually included pit bulls as police dogs. Believe it or not. Which really gives you an idea of how out of control the world is right now. Sometimes you have to step back and ask some simple questions. Is there an IQ problem here? I sat back and I thought about what might go through the mind of a person who's never been an owner of a pit bull. What might go through their mind before they become an owner? What goes through their mind as they think about it? And it's hard for me to even imagine that it never crosses your mind to do simple research on how dangerous these things are. If you do any research, the smallest amount of research will leave you in awe of the statistics that bully breeds produce. So you have to wonder, is it because the people who acquire these things, they're not bright enough to read? Is that what it is? You know, you can't wag your finger at them for not doing research on bully breeds before acquiring them if they can't read. If they truly have a low IQ. Now let me give you another idea of what I'm talking about here and share with you what partially motivated me to go live again. That would be this video right here. I have a strong feeling, and I personally believe this, that owners of bully breeds on average have a lower IQ. And it's very simple. They do things that are irrefutably and overtly unintelligent.
Tonight, a town ordinance against the ownership or possession of dangerous or vicious animals within town limits is being enforced by police in Baldwin.
Now, the ordinance refers specifically to American pit bull terriers and then other dogs and animals that may be aggressive when unprovoked. And as Taylor Toole reports, it's not something locals are taking lightly.
Notice how they always find some locals to talk to. They always find some pro-pit bull people to talk to. Notice how they never find an anti-dog, an anti-pit bull person to talk to. Put the camera in my face. I dare you, please. Or I'm going to light these dog lovers up. Just give me 20 seconds. 20 seconds on the mic, please.
Oh my gosh, she's so excited. I'm getting all slobbery.
I'm getting all slobbery. Now, if I was sitting here spitting on you, flinging saliva all over the place, you wouldn't appreciate that. You wouldn't think that that was cute. Huh? If I was the one with my mouth hanging wide open, drooling, slobbering everywhere, tongue hanging out of my face, and I'm splashing saliva all over you, you wouldn't appreciate that. That is disgusting. Okay, let me just point that out. All that loud, hard breathing is disgusting. It stinks like it's stinking mildew breath. Look at how much they turn you off. Just their presence alone is such a massive turnoff. The sound of them existing is a turnoff. Just hearing them breathe, hearing them walk is very cringe. This is what the world needs. Honesty about how abnormal these things are. They don't belong on this earth. So everything we observe that's off about them is justified. Not long ago, I talked about how I make it a point to refer to dogs as unsightly. Another word or term you could use is ugly. I make a point to point out how unsightly these things are. And I don't do that with any other animal or any other living being on this planet. And I do that for a very specific reason, to bring people's attention to the dog's mutations. Bring your attention to the abnormalities. Trying to draw your attention to why these things need to be exterminated. If you would simply pay more attention to them and how they look and act, you'd understand fully that they need to be gotten rid of. That is the most humane thing you could possibly do. I wrote in my book, and I'll say it here now, mutants are not supposed to exist anyways. The only reason they're still on this planet is because people bend over backwards to keep them on this planet. That itself is an abomination. Nature equipped us with the ability to visually identify mutations and abnormalities. With dogs, they carry numerous mutations that is off-putting to look at. These mutations that look odd and unsightly are there to make the creature look odd and unsightly. That's nature's way of warning creatures that are not mutants that this is a mutant and stay away from it. I've enabled you a way to identify the mutants of this planet. They got saggy, wrinkly, excess skin, floppy, excess ears. Their face hangs off their skull. Unsightly mutants. But I digress. This is about the IQ of pit bull lovers. Let me get back to the subject as I start babbling.
Aggressive when unprovoked. And as Taylor Toole reports, it's not something locals are taking lightly.
Oh my gosh, she's so excited. I'm getting all slobbery.
They're sisters and brothers, really.
Meet Onyx and Ivy.
She said they're sisters and brothers, really.
Set to turn 2 on June 22nd, their zodiac sign is Cancer or the Crab. And if you subscribe to astrology, it means they're protective.
Ugh, it is so disgusting. They look utterly disgusting. I cannot believe how disgusting and unsightly these things look. It's fascinating to me. Nature is incredible. How it can make something look so hideous as a way to inform you that this is a mutant, to stay away from it. Why you think they stink? Dogs have a whole lot of cues, a whole lot of different behaviors and whatnot to signal to you to stay away from them. And you, like a big dummy, ignore all the signs. Sitting up there with a hyperactive, stinking, filthy mutt in your house.
Astrology, it means they're protective, nurturing, and helpful. But what they're not.
And as I pointed out before, no other animal on earth pants like this. There are other animals that pant. They don't do it it's not like this. They don't just have their tongue hanging and flapping out of their mouth, where their tongue, the dogs, their tongue, it almost moves in sync with the dog's heartbeat or with its breathing. It's permanently just hanging out and panting. That's not normal. That's why you don't see this with any other of the natural animals of our beautiful earth. The beautiful natural animals, which dogs are not.
To astrology, it means they're protective, nurturing, and helpful. But what they're not is allowed in the
Nasty, disease-ridden.
town of Baldwin because of their breed.
It's just crazy. Like, how can you give up something you raised? I mean, I don't even look at them as dogs. I look at them as, human.
That right there is what motivated me to go live and to title this live stream the way I did. The accumulation of low IQ statements, behaviors from these pit nutters, I can't take it no more. We're going to have to deal with this as a subject to itself. Why do y'all say stuff like that? Why is it that pit nutters always sound extremely unintelligent? This is a pattern. Did y'all hear what she said, by the way?
Like, how can you give up something you raised? I mean, I don't even look at them as dogs.
I don't even look at them as dogs.
I look at them as, human.
Oh, God. Now, when I first heard this, I got a strong feeling inside that this low IQ pit nutter actually said that because she knew that the journalist believed that dogs are human-like, or that she believed that the journalist believed that dogs are human-like. You see, because now maybe she would have said this around her family. Maybe this pit bull nutter would have said this around her family. But if she were in my family, or if she said this at my family reunion, she would have got cut. She would have got chopped down bad. She would have been roasted bad for saying something like that. She said she don't see them as dogs. She sees them as humans. And the way she looked back at the journalist when she said it, as if, wow, did you hear what I said? Yeah, I almost had this confused reaction too.
You give up something you raised. I mean, I don't even look at them as dogs. I look at them as, human.
Okay, let's just deal with your statement. You don't look at them as dogs, you look at them as human. Is that intelligent? Does that make sense? Is there any logic in doing that? Could it be dangerous? Is it? Obviously, yes. Does it make sense? No. Is it true? No. It's not true. It makes no sense. It's dangerous. This is irrefutably a dumb thing to do. This is unintelligent. This is a strike against your IQ. There's no way around that. Now, let's finish.
This stems from a 1987 ordinance.
I don't view them. I got to hear that again. She sounded so serious, didn't she? As if she shared a deep, dark secret. Oh, I don't see them as dogs. I see them as humans. You know, big old eyes. Ooh, I don't see them. I see them as humans. Really?
Baldwin because of their breed.
It's just crazy.
Notice how she felt. She felt motivated to go overboard and be an ultimate super nutter. You can sense that that's what happened here.
Like, how can you give up something you raised? I mean, I don't even look at them as dogs. I look at them as, human.
This stems from
Are they like humans? Do they function like? No. So that under to no extent at all does that statement, does that belief make sense. I got to question your IQ. I got to question. And listen, these other pit nutters are the same. They can totally relate to her because they will tell you themselves, yes, this is my fur baby. This is my family member. They all humanize these things. This woman fully understands that. She understands that the dog lover world humanizes dogs. That's like the first step, first requirement to be a nutter.
From a 1987 ordinance amended in 2007, now being enforced by officials after some residents.
Now look at this woman. If these dogs haul off, try to attack somebody, what do you think she gonna do? I tell you what she gonna do. She gonna trip and fall because her balance is gonna be horrible. She's gonna be clumsy, trip and fall. She gonna fail to stop the attack. Probably start screaming, crying. One thing she will not do is neutralize these things. That's why I say, don't give me no lecture about how these things need to be legal when you can't even demonstrate your ability to control them. Yeah, there's nothing to talk about.
Easy, like, how can you give up something you raised? I mean, I don't even look at them as dogs. I look at them as, human.
This stems from a 1987 ordinance amended in
What? Isn't that pathetic? It almost feels like an expose, like the dog lover world being exposed. Because that was not convincing. That woman sounded like she knew that was nonsense to look at dogs like a human, but she knew that was the end thing to do. But that's what you're supposed to do. Look at them like a human. You idiot. You proud idiot. Well, okay, let's finish.
This stems from a 1987 ordinance amended in 2007, now being enforced by officials after some residents reported a scare with a pit bull over the weekend.
And whether you like it or don't like it, you want to be a citizen of Baldwin, you're welcome to stay here. If you want to come in and think you're going to do dirty, you need to go somewhere else. You want to play, you must pay.
And what you'll pay is a $500 fine or up to a month of jail time if you don't get rid of your dog after a warning.
Ooh, a $500 fine. Oh boy. I bet that has the dog lovers shaking in their boots. Oh, $500 fine. I don't want that. Get out of here. These nutters don't care about no goofy fine. Stuff like this, come on, man. Now, I don't know. Maybe they can get fined $500 100 times. I don't know. But, if this is not for all bully breeds, then it's another worthless ban. Okay, I'd like to know, this is Baldwin, Louisiana, but I'm quite sure people in that area still have bully breeds. I'm almost 100% certain there are bully breeds in that town, and they're just not called pit bulls.
Or up to a month of jail time if you don't get rid of your dog after a warning.
Okay, you got to get rid of them. So if you got them, but they're just talking about pit bulls. Like I said, I've seen this everywhere. And they're just specifically talking about pit bull terriers or whatever, American bully. But all other bully breeds you can have.
Many on social media expressing their concerns, wondering where these dogs are to go.
Do they go to a shelter outside of the city? Are there pit bulls in, the shelters in the area? I mean,
Where do they go, I guess?
I don't know.
He seems like an anti-dog person himself. He at least seems anti-pit bull himself. Okay? And if he is, I got to tip my hat to that.
Good question.
But for Samiko Bridget, owner of Onyx and Ivy, her pups aren't something she's willing to part with.
Who cares? Who cares what she thinks? Is she a smart person? Here, you tell me. Here, listen to what she has to say here.
It's according to how you raise a dog. I mean, anything you train to fight, that's what they're going to do, fight. When you raise something with love, that's what they're going to give, love.
Now, do you think she discovered this through deep, thorough research? Huh? Where do you think she got that information from? I seriously question whether or not this woman is even literate, to be honest. I question whether or not she can read. How'd you reach that conclusion, ma'am?
Samiko Bridget, owner of Onyx and Ivy, her pups aren't some...
Look at how hard of a time she's having just walking it. Could you imagine if this thing wanted to attack someone? She would end up on the ground in no time. Oh, she'd fall, land flat on her face. She'd take about 20 seconds to get back to her feet. By that time, the dog will be mauling a victim somewhere. And then she's going to waddle herself over and be unsuccessful at neutralizing the attack. The attack is still going to be going on. And she's going to be sitting there looking dumb. That's why we shouldn't listen. You shouldn't put no microphone in front of these people's face.
thing she's willing to part with.
It's according to how you raise a dog. I mean, anything you train to fight, that's what they're going to do.
This is so annoying. Y'all have no idea how much this annoys me. Where people say things like this as if they've done the research. Whereas, a person like me, I've been looking into this stuff now for over 7 years. So I can make these types of statements, and it's backed by the information, by the data, by the research, by the facts. Nothing that she just said is backed by information or research. In fact, the reports, the information, the data, research says the exact opposite of what she just said. Not all dogs that attack people were trained to attack them. I don't know where you heard. I don't think she heard that or read it anywhere. I think she just made that up in her own little personal mind, right there on the spot. Okay, what else did she say?
Raise a dog. I mean, anything you train to fight, that's what they're going to do, fight.
You see how infuriating this is? This ignorant woman is talking about a breed that was bred to fight to the death, to attack unprovoked. It don't have to be raised to attack. I mean, am I supposed to give her credit for having a high IQ when she making statements like this? Same with all these pit nutters.
When you raise something with love, that's what they're going to give, love.
Okay, so how did you discover this, ma'am? How did you discover that everyone who raised their pit bull with love, that those pit bulls never attacked anyone? How did you find that out? You didn't. You haven't done no research right now. You're just babbling. You're ignorantly babbling. And this is what all of these pit bull lovers do. These are a bunch of ignorant people who just babble and talk. They don't even try to make sense. And if they do, that's all they can do. Because the information, the facts, nothing confirms their beliefs.
Oh. And I just don't think it's fair where you have to displace animals out of loving homes and put them somewhere where unfamiliar faces are, maybe putting them down.
Okay, listen. That does not sound like a woman with a high IQ to me. And I can say the same about every single pit bull owner I've ever heard speak. I can say the exact same thing. These people are not that bright. I don't think it's right that dogs get displaced out of a loving home. Who cares if you love these killers? What difference is that supposed to make? You know, like, what are you volunteering that information for? That you love them? Nobody cares if you love them. That don't keep people safe. Like, what are you even talking about? They want the dogs out of the city for safety reasons. It has nothing to do with them not believing that you are loving to the dogs. Like, what are you talking about? You see what I mean? So I have to assume this woman has a low IQ. It's like, what are you even talking about?
Animals out of loving homes and put them somewhere where...
And not animals. Get out of here. These are worthless, useless mutants that deserve to be exterminated, that should be exterminated.
Unfamiliar faces are, maybe putting them down.
Town officials and
Yeah. That's the best idea possible. Put them down. Put them all down. That is the most justified, the most humane thing that could possibly be done. I stand on that. I'm willing to defend that belief against anyone. Right? You disagree? Go ahead and lay out your disagreement. So this is a question. Do they have, on average, a lower IQ than others? Because it feels that way. It feels that way to me. I hear these people talk. They don't sound intelligent. They say things that are not intelligent. It doesn't make sense. Doesn't make logical sense. Nothing. So this is pretty scary. And you don't want to be one of those types of people where you're identified as a person with a low IQ because of the dog you own, because of the dog you possess. But this is exactly the type of trend I'd like to see being set, where people are ashamed to own pit bulls because they are viewed as the dog that people with low IQs acquire. Perfect. Yes, that's what I want. Fingers crossed. Let's hope that sticks, because it's the truth. You have to be dumb to own these things, have them in your home on a day-to-day basis, basically giving them the green light to kill anyone in your home anytime they're good and ready. There is no way to argue that it's smart to have something inside of your home like that. Something with a mind of its own that's deadly, lethal, and you can't even communicate with it using language. I mean, if you could communicate with it using language, then you'd have somewhat of an argument. But even then, it would make no sense. Have this thing inside of your home. Not related to anyone. It's not even a human being. It's a mutant. Reports surface nonstop of unprovoked attacks. If you don't know this before you acquire a pit bull, I have to assume you're not a very bright person. This is the digital age, the social media era. You sit and think, hey, I want a dog. Here, what about a pit bull? The first thing you should do is, hey, let me look to see how dangerous these things are. You know, let me see if these things attack their owners. Slightest bit of research. And they'll be like, whoa, no, let's not. Let's not get a pit bull. So the ball is in your court, pit bull lovers, dog lovers. Let's just say dog lovers. Because the goal is to get these pit nutters to get rid of those things. Get rid of them. What we want to do is pack these shelters full of pit bulls and not have anybody adopt them, where the shelters are forced to just euthanize them. Yeah, euthanize all of them. That's the goal. So, and my goal is to make you ashamed of being identified as a person with a low IQ, because that's not my opinion. That's going to be a fact. That is a fact. Okay? It can be proven in several ways that you are not smart, and it is not smart to have these things living inside your home. Okay? This is going to be the new trend. And we have to do things like this. We have to work directly with the everyday people, because we don't own these huge marketing tools. We don't own Hollywood. So we're up against it, but I got confidence because they rely on too many goofy, ridiculous, false things. The information is too flawed. Yeah, I'm totally confident. It's not a problem. Yeah. People started to hate dogs because of being forced to have pit bulls in there. So yeah. Cartoon dog. Yeah. So I hope you all are enjoying your weekend. I know I am. I feel productive. I feel like I'm getting a lot of stuff done. And I'm going to get back to that. Like I said, don't mind me. I'm going to pop up on here from time to time. And be on the lookout for when I reinstate my members' activity. And I'm working very hard on this book. I don't want to spoil it. Every now and then I get the urge to share some of it, but I'm not going to. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to just make sure that I finish it. That's my ultimate goal. Shout out to everybody able to join me on, what is this, 5th, 6th live stream. Yeah, I've lost count. Yeah, I noticed that too. I've noticed that there are a lot more people who are being vocal about their dislike for dogs. A real good thing to do is YouTube. YouTube hate dogs. And I do this all the time. And keep up with those videos. If you filter for like the past year, you'll see a number of videos created within the past year. And every year, there are more and more people being vocal about this nuttery. Our numbers are going up. Their numbers are going down. Their numbers are dwindling. Even if their numbers are still going up, it's not going up as fast as it used to. I believe our presence is being felt already. Right? And that's a good thing. Shout out to everybody able to join me on this live stream. And I hope to see you back on the next as we continue with this crusade.